I'm blowing bad today. I'm blowing bad today. I'm about to whip and go crazy. I'm blowing bad today. I'm blowing bad today. I'm blowing bad today. You gotta do nothing for gays, nothing for gays. I didn't end up with the same. Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. What we saying? Monday, fun day. Off to the office. Again, we need to use every single opportunity we have to record an episode. I'm driving to the office today, which means that I'm gonna be paying $1 million just to put the car in a fucking parking lot. It is unfortunate, but it is something that we have to do. Because I've done the math, and going by Uber and coming back is, oh, but Rodrigo, why aren't you using public transportation? Fellas, I am 25 years old. I have a full-time job. I don't get paid that bad. I'm not taking no public transportation. Who the fuck do you think I am? Public transportation. I've done enough public transportation in my life. The whole concept of working and having a job is so that you don't have to use public transportation. The whole purpose of having a job and stuff like that, the whole purpose of having money is so that you don't have to use goofy public transportation. Now fellas, there are certain times in which public transportation is totally the best plan and the best idea. Thing is, not in Lisbon. Public transportation here is, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't want to curse. But public transportation here is terrible. Okay? It isn't good. It's insufficient. It's bad. It's bad. And I don't know. Let's go, fellas. Okay, you don't want to fucking go, then what the fuck are we doing here? You see, this annoys me. You are nice to someone, like, go ahead, and they don't go ahead. No, not at all. They don't even move, and they honk at you. Brother, I'm trying to let you go by. Whatever. Public transportation here is garbage. Trash. Okay? And I have used public transportation a little too much in my life. Okay? And the thing is, it's so bad that I'd rather just pay for an Uber than... What the fuck is this guy? I'd rather pay for an Uber than to use public transportation. The thing is, going on using public transportation is so bad, and it is cheap if you have the Navigante, which is the card that you can use like everything, right? I don't know how to say it in English actually. Passe geral. It's like the card that you have that you can use so that you can use every single sort of public transportation thingy. So you can use the bus. It's one card for everything. A bus, subway, metro, and everything. You know what I mean? For example, the only thing that sort of works here in Lisbon is the metro. That works properly. And even the metro kind of stinks because you miss the metro, you're gonna have to wait for like 7 fucking minutes. Okay? 7 minutes to wait for a metro when it's peak hours, right? It's fucking happy hour at the metro and you're waiting for 7 minutes. The amount of times that I was in the metro, subway, whatever you fellas wanna call it, and I had to just let them go by because what the fuck is going on here? The amount of times that I had to just let it go by because it was so full that it's the type of thing that you see like in TikTok from India or in TikTok from China, in these countries that have so many people that you can't even use the metro or the train or the subway. You just look at the train in front of you, the carriage, and you're like, I can't get in this. It is physically impossible for me to get in this, right? And keep in mind, we are in Lisbon. It's like, is there even 1 million people living here? I mean, there's definitely 1 million people living in Lisbon. Are there? Are there 1 million people living in Lisbon? Probably. Now think about Amadora, which is where I'm from, which is even smaller. Okay? Amadora is so much smaller than Lisbon, yet it has so... Fun fact about Amadora, fellas. Amadora, for a while, was the place in Europe with the biggest population density in the entirety of Europe. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how many people you have to be? Do you know how many people you need to have in general, right? I mean, you don't need that many people, actually. You sort of just need a small enough area with X amount of people for it to be. The thing is, Amadora does have a lot of fucking people. Okay? It has a lot of people. Because something that my father told me a while ago that is really true and was extremely interesting to hear is the fact that nowadays in Portugal you see a lot of discourse, a lot of conversation, a lot of discussions about this whole immigration thing, there's so many people coming to Lisbon, there's so many people coming to Portugal, there's so many people in Portugal, there's so many people coming to Portugal, there's so many immigrants nowadays. Our public thing is our hospitals don't work because of those people and whatnot. I can get behind that argument, for sure. I can get behind the argument that maybe there are some public systems, public services that have been over-flooded because there's way more people. Like, the public services here in Portugal barely work for the people that we have here, right? They barely work. They barely work for the amount of people we have here nowadays. Now imagine this, let's add another fucking 500,000 or 600,000 or 800,000 or a fucking million more people. What do you think is gonna happen? Whoopa, these people are fucking crazy, bro. What do you think is gonna happen? I can get behind that argument, but I don't think we can blame those people for that. Do you know what I mean? If anything, you have to blame the government for not having an appropriate answer. Because in my opinion, if you are willing to say yes to so many more people, like if you're okay with saying yes to a million more people coming into your country, right? I don't want to hear you complain about the public system or some public services not working. It was you who decided to say yes. It was you who said yes, we are ready to take on X more people. And I'm totally okay with that. But don't complain that your services now don't work because the system is over-flooded with people. You said yes to these people. If you had said no, and yet those people still came and now your services don't work, that's another discussion. That's not what happened. You know what I mean? That is far from what happened, right? So now the thing is, Jesus, I don't even know what the thing is. I don't even know. Oh man, Jesus fucking Christ, these are all kids who are visiting Lisbon. This is so fun. Like, I think I would have the best time of my life if I ever came to Portugal, brother. Like, I don't even know what to tell you. Like, this is the best place on earth. Anyway, let's just keep talking about public fucking transportation, because that's what we were talking about. So, because I don't even know how we got to this. Oh, the funny thing, because we were talking about Amadora. The funny thing is that for a while, after the dictatorship ended here in Portugal, right? Portugal had a lot of these like colonies, right? And what ended up happening was that, Jesus fucking Christ, fellas. What ended up happening was that out of nowhere, a lot of people from these colonies didn't want to stay in these colonies. And they wanted to come to Portugal, continental Portugal, right? To the mainland Portugal. Like, so rather, I'm not even talking about Açores or Madeira, I'm talking Portugal. So what happened like in 1974, after the 25th of April, was that out of nowhere, you had like an influx of 1 million plus people, I think, or more, that just came to Portugal, right? So that's just a funny little thing. So nowadays people speak about immigration like it's like there's a lot of people coming in. There's a lot of people that are indeed coming into these countries, but anyways. So yeah, again, I don't have no problem with people searching for a better life or whatever. Jesus fucking Christ, it's not total. That's definitely not the argument that I was making or anything remotely different from that. I was just saying that it's funny that nowadays people complain so much about this, but after the dictatorship ended, probably people complained about that as well, but it's funny because back then, whatever. So public transportation. So yeah, public transportation in Lisbon is completely dog shit. Even what's even shittier, which is super fun to see, is like there's this whole like scooter thing. There's been this scooter thing for years, right? You can't even fucking use a scooter in Lisbon. You can, obviously, a lot of people fucking use them, but it's so goofy to see people use these scooters because the floor, like for example, the floor in which I'm currently driving, sure, you can drive on this, it's normal pavement, but as soon as you get into the calçada portuguesa, which are like these blocks of floor that are squared up, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. If you don't, just Google Portuguese floor or some bullshit like that. Driving a scooter on that is so fucking dangerous. It's so dangerous because you're sliding. You're not fucking driving, you're sliding on that, fellas, okay? And then there's so many holes on the roads. It's just a matter of time until you fucking die, okay? It's a matter of time until you fall flat on your face, okay? So, because for example, I'm about to hit a little bit of that good old calçada portuguesa, and if you can hear, do you see how much my car, do you notice? You can't notice because the camera has a fucking gimbal, and the gimbal is going all over the place. Like, I'm fucking shaking, fellas, okay? I'm walking, I'm stumbling and frontling, okay? I'm gonna turn on, I don't give a fuck, honestly. You know what I mean? What did I miss? What about that new Drake, fellas? How we feeling about that new Drizzy? That new Drizzy Glizzy? How we feeling about that? But yeah, we're passing by Bairro Alto. This is Miradouro de Alcântara or some bullshit like that. São Pedro de Alcântara or some bullshit, I don't even know. But this is my favorite Miradouro. Not my favorite, but I'm not gonna say my favorite. It's probably the Miradouro that I've spent the most time. That's what I'm trying to say, okay? Yeah. We're passing just by Bairro Alto because my office is in Bairro Alto. Is that fucking Mike Tyson? No, that looks like Mike Tyson. Oh, pardon, mon ami. Anyone else? No. So yeah, driving a scooter in Lisbon is impossible because you have this road like the one that we are currently driving on, which is the most fucking stupid ass shit to drive on. I can't even imagine how people used to drive their fucking wagons on this. Their little, you know what's funny about the road that we're currently on? It is so narrow that you take a false step into the road, I'm gonna take your foot off. Okay, I'm chopping your foot off, okay? It feels like I'm in Morocco, in Marrakesh. Marrakesh is exactly, it's not as narrow, and it's not really fucking Teslas and Mustangs going by the road. It's more like motorbikes pulling fucking wagons in the back, right? But yeah. S'il vous plaît, mon ami. S'il vous plaît, s'il vous plaît. I'm practicing my French because, as you guys know, me and my buddies are going to French. We're going to France. But I'm practicing my French because, you know, I gotta be sharp. I gotta be as sharp as... Wait, is Beichwald under... What the fuck? But yeah, these scooters are so... It's so funny to see people riding scooters in Lisbon because then, you know, I don't know if you noticed, but Lisbon is very uphill. It is very uphill and downhill. Obviously, everything that comes up must come down. The thing is, these scooters are not fitted to go as up as the inclination that some of these roads have. It's ridiculous. It is so hard for you to go up on some of these roads. And then you see them riding on the pavement, on the sidewalk. Like, buddy, you're gonna fall. Of course, when you get to Lisbon, the areas of Lisbon that are more flat, it's awesome. It's great. It's really good to like drive on those. Besides, do you know what? I don't think I've ever I've never driven a bike, one of those electric bikes that Bolt has. Oh my God, you know what? You know what I find hilarious nowadays about Lisbon? The amount of performative males that you see. It's something to be a witness of. The amount of people that you see fucking reading a book at a cafe. No one reads no fucking book at a cafe in Lisbon, brother. No one. You're either reading the newspaper or you're fucking chatting shit with your buddies at the cafe. Do you know what I mean? No one reads a fucking book at a cafe in Lisbon. No one. Who the fuck is reading a book at a cafe in Lisbon? No one. No one. If you're reading a book at a cafe in Lisbon, I already know you're a performative male. If you're not reading the newspaper, which is what you should do at the fucking cafe, at the restaurants, at the function, okay? You're a performative male. I know what type of person you are. I know exactly what type of person you are. You know, you're not fooling me. You're not fooling me. Enough with the tomfoolery, fellas. Get my shit straight, bitch ass. Now, fellas, welcome to Parque Luís de Camões. The Titus. This is like, this is like driving through fucking Vietnam during the invasion of Vietnam. This is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. Vietnam was wider than this. Jesus fucking Cristo. Jesus Cristo. By the way, fellas, I was doing some research. I was doing a little research on the Reddit, because I think I've told you I'm struggling like wrapping up the this fucking guy just stole my parking spot. Of course this parking spot wasn't mine. I'm coping because he turned left and he immediately found a parking spot. And now I'm gonna have to scramble my way through the floors of this parking lot to find a spot. Jesus fucking Christ. Don't you guys hate that? I hate when this happens. Now I gotta go to -2B, not even -2A. I'm going to -2B, which is the trenches. Not even trenches, but the problem is, the more you go down, the more you have to go up. And the curves you have to do here to go down and go up, it's risky. It's risky business. You might scratch your car. Oh my goodness. Does my car even fit here? Does this even fit here? I don't think we fit here, fellas. Do we even fit here, fellas? I don't think we do. I don't know if we fit here, fellas, but it's looking mighty Gucci. I don't know. I don't know if we do fit here, fellas. Actually, of course we fucking. I need a rest. I'm cramping. My foot is fucking cramping. Jesus fucking Christ. I don't know what's been happening, but I've been cramping so much on my feet. Of course we fucking fit, fellas. Now let's do a little shenanigan like this. So we get a little bit of breathing room. Oh, but that guy's not gonna have any fucking breathing room. Oh shit. Okay, Gucci. We're in, fellas. What was I gonna say? I think I was gonna say something, but I think I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, I think I didn't write it down, but I was doing research on Reddit on how, like, when it comes to stand-up, like, good ways of wrapping up a story, right? Because I'm struggling with finding a way to wrap up the story. And they gave me a great tip. I saw a great tip on Reddit, which is you can always just end with a callback. That usually gets people going, which is so fucking true, which is how everyone ends a story, like, every single time. They just call back to something that happened in the story. So I'm thinking to myself of ending the story. What the fuck just fell? No. I'm just thinking of ending the story. You know what? With saying something blah 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 happens when he leaves us at the airport, and I tell the guy, "¿Qué tienes miedo?" I think that's it. I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna try it whenever I can, because I don't know when I'm gonna do shows. Because this week I'm going to Paris. I have to do the podcasts. I might try to get a show today. I might just send them, or Wednesday. I don't know. Thank you so much, guys. Namaste, salam alaikum, shalom. If you watched until here, thank you so much for sticking by. I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna have lunch with my friends. And yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, a wonderful week, a wonderful Monday. Shalom, salam alaikum, sabat, goodbye, namaste, cheche, goodbye. Peace.